There's many different methods of tempering, but I'm going to show you the fastest, easiest and quickest way to temper chocolate. If your chocolate contains cocoa butter, you have to temper it. If it has vegetable fats, you don't have to temper it at all. I'm going to use a plastic bowl, and I'm using some chocolate buttons. If you haven't got chocolate buttons and you're using a block, you need to finely chop it before pouring it into the bowl. So put in the required amount of chocolate into the bowl. We're going to put it into the microwave in 30-second intervals, only until it's half liquid, half buttons. The first time you melt it, we melt it on high each time. It may not have melted very much. So just give it a quick stir and we're going to pop it back in for another 30 seconds. It's only just starting to melt now. Chocolate will always melt from the center, not on the outside. So sometimes you can't see it's liquid inside. So always make sure you give it a little stir, even if it looks like it's not melted. So we're wanting it to be half liquid, half solid chocolate. If you haven't got a microwave, you can also do this with a saucepan with simmering water and a metal bowl fits snugly on top to achieve exactly the same result. So if we have a look now, it's not quite half melted. The microwave is quite strong when it melts chocolate. So rather than put it in for the full 30 seconds, I'm now just going to do 15 seconds just to get it to the stage that we need. If you're not quite sure and you don't want to put it back in the microwave, you can also use a hairdryer just to gently melt it till you've got half liquid, half chocolate. We now have half liquid, half chocolate. So to temper your chocolate, all you simply need to do now is really stir it thoroughly until all the chocolate is melted. So you do exactly the same technique for dark milk or white chocolate. If you find you've been stirring it for a while and you've still got a few stubborn pieces of solid chocolate, you can simply use your hairdryer just to gently melt those out. Now, how do we know it's tempered? I'm going to show you how to test whether it's tempered or not. All of our solid chocolate is now melted. Now, if you feel it and it feels really hot to touch and the solid chocolate melted very quickly, you may need to add a few more buttons and stir those through, or a little bit more of your chopped chocolate. So how we actually determine if it's ready or not, or if it's tempered, is we dip a little bit of baking paper into the chocolate, make it nice and thin, so tap off the excess, and we just let that sit at room temperature. And that should set at room temperature as long as your room temperature is not above 23 degrees Celsius. In about 5 minutes, it'll take 7 minutes for milk chocolate and about 9 to 10 minutes for white chocolate to set at room temperature. Now during that time, this may solidify or harden up or set a little bit. So just gently use your hairdryer, not too hot, and give it a stir while you're heating it, just to ensure that you are maintaining it in a liquid state. Now if you don't use all your chocolate, just keep it sealed in a really tight package, not in clear packaging. Try to make it opaque and keep it away from strong aromas, and that'll last a very long time if sealed straight away. To know when your chocolate is set, you'll find that it'll actually go dull, so it'll have a matte finish, it'll no longer be shiny. The chocolate only becomes shiny when we set it against a polish or a smooth surface. So you can see here that that's set within our 5 minutes, so my chocolate's tempered and it's now ready to use.